Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to Truly.Pakistan blog YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss Article 58 2B, or commonly known as 8th Amendment in Pakistan. So let's start. Prior to the 1985 election, over a period of 6 years, General Ziaul Haq had already made numerous amendments to the Constitution of 1973 through various Constitution Amendment orders. The most significant being the revival of Constitution of 1973 order. Muhammad Khan Junejo was nominated as the Prime Minister of Pakistan by the President General Ziaul Haq. He received vote of confidence on the 24th of March 1985. In November 1985, the 8th Constitutional Amendment was adopted by the Parliament. The National Assembly of Pakistan amended the Constitution of Pakistan in 1985, and the law stayed on the books until its repeal in 1997. The bill was passed in the absence of the elected government. General Ziaul Haq first used the amendment to dismiss Prime Minister Muhammad Khan Junejo for alleged corruption in May 1988. The Prime Minister had wanted to roll back Zia's authority. Junejo and Zia actually had clashes over the Ojri camp incident. When Junejo called for a parliamentary committee to find the causes of the Ojri camp incident, Zia decided to remove him because he did not want the parliament to interfere in the matters of army. In November 1985, the 8th Constitutional Amendment was adopted by the Parliament. It changed Pakistan's government from a parliamentary system to a semi-presidential system. The use of Article 58 2B was almost exclusively justified by the President as necessary for the removal of corrupt government that had lost the confidence of the people. Elections were held each time that caused the ruling party to lose its majority or plurality in the National Assembly. It was a provision that introduced the presidential power to dissolve the National Assembly. Not only that, it also created a tug of war between the Prime Minister and the President over the power in the government. This article was invoked 3 times in the 1990s, making it the most politically challenging time for Pakistan. None of the governments were able to complete 5 years in the government. In 1990, President Ghulam Khan removed Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto. In 1993, President Ghulam Khan, again using the Article 58 2B, removed Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. And in 1996, President Farooq Ahmad Khan Nagari removed Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto for the second term. In 1988, Benazir Bhutto pledged to abolish the amendment in her election manifesto. The amendment stayed on the books, however, because she did not have a sufficient number of seats in 1988 and again in 1993. From 1988 to 1996, President Ghulam Khan made extensive use of the 8th Amendment and the Article 58 2B to dissolve the National Assembly. President Khan used the amendment to dismiss the elected governments of Prime Ministers Benazir Bhutto and Nawaz Sharif repeatedly. The removal of Benazir Bhutto government. President Khan first used the 8th Amendment on August 6 in 1990 against Bhutto on alleged cases of nepotism and corruption. These cases lasted for a very long time in the following years. The removal of Nawaz Sharif government. In 1993, President Ishaq Khan again used this amendment to dismiss the people-elected government of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. In the second instance, Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif was reinstated as Prime Minister by the Supreme Court, but the resulting stalemate ended with the resignations of both Khan and Sharif because neither of them wanted to work with each other and the clashes had become very sordid. The use of Article 58 2B was almost exclusively justified by the President as necessary for the removal of corrupt governments. Elections were held each time that caused the ruling party to lose its majority or plurality in the National Assembly. Removal of Nawaz Sharif government. The article was again used in 1996 by President Farooq Ahmad Khan Laghari against his own party leader, Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, in November 1996. Countering 8th Amendment. In 1997, the 13th Amendment was passed, stripping the President of the power to dissolve the National Assembly and call for new elections, effectively reducing the presidency to a ceremonial figurehead. This amendment brought questions against the government of Nawaz Sharif as he had a lot of power at his expense. PM's advice became a binding and not a consultation. This also brought many clashes between the government rules of President and the Prime Minister. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you for watching Truly.Pakistan blog videos. Support us by hitting the like button, share and subscribe. You can also share comments, questions and suggestions below. See you until next video.